Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Holowitz and I want to thank you for listening to this tutorial about working with YouTube or videos and putting them in PowerPoint. I was asked to do this tutorial because someone had posted a question about how do you embed video into PowerPoint? And when I read that question, what I always find intriguing about PowerPoint and some of the things when working with PowerPoint is that to be really good at PowerPoint, you have to know a little bit about a lot. And what this person was trying to take on is how do you take first a YouTube video, convert it to some kind of file that you can then put into PowerPoint? And when I read that, that's a very similar question to that I get. And it's not necessarily video. It could be how do you do this or do that. It could be how do you get an Excel spreadsheet into PowerPoint. And one of the things I always talk about when it comes to PowerPoint is because PowerPoint is a slide, it has limited amount of space versus an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So right away you have space restrictions. Also, most PowerPoint slides have some kind of title. And on the assumption that you could fit it into this area, if you are giving a presentation, how good would it look to your audience? So there are a lot of things you have to think about when you're working with PowerPoint. I digress. If you are trying to put something into a PowerPoint slide, I always tell people, you know what? Take the easy way out. Think about doing it a simple way first. So let me illustrate that for you in this particular case when it comes to YouTube. Now again, remember I said you need to know a little bit about a lot, and I know enough about YouTube to be able to talk about this. So if you don't know about YouTube, it might be a little more difficult. But again, hopefully you'll learn something about YouTube through this tutorial. What I'm going to do is, it just so happens in the last week or so, I was told about this video, and I gotta highly recommend this video. It's a 4-year-old drummer. This young kid is a great drummer. Go in and take a look at the video. And only because I had recently looked at this, I decided we'd talk about this one. The question was, how do you take a YouTube video and put it into PowerPoint? Well, the first thing I want you to observe in this video is down here on the right hand side where it says URL. This is the web address for this video. So if I take this and click in there and it highlighted the whole thing and go Control C, well, I have just copied the web address for this particular video. So let me go back to PowerPoint for just a moment and show you the easiest way that I could get to this video. And I'm making an assumption here, and I think this is a very fair assumption in this day and age. Let's say wherever this video is going to be shown, whether you have it in your office computer or maybe a laptop that you're traveling with, you will have internet access. Well, the simplest way to get to that video is to simply put the link to that video in your PowerPoint presentation. When I hit enter to get away from this, you'll see it's highlighted in blue, so that all I have to do is click on it and I'll navigate to the to the YouTube video. I can click on the YouTube video to start it. So in other words, we're getting outside of PowerPoint. We're not putting it in PowerPoint. So that's one really easy way to do it. Another way I could have done this is I could have put in 4-year-old drummer. Oops, 4-year-old drummer, and I'm just going to type this quick. And what I could have also done is, instead of just pasting in the link, I could have simply taken this information, highlighted it, gone up to the toolbar, and gone to Insert, and where is it, where they hide it on me, Hyperlink. And I can now paste my web address right in this box, and you'll see we'll go there in just a couple seconds. And when that occurs, I'm going to click on OK, and now this word is now a hyperlink to the same video. So it would take me to YouTube. So try to imagine this. I'm in my presentation. I get to this page and I say, hey, I want to talk to you about this 4-year-old drummer. Well, if I click on that link, it will open up an internet browser, whatever it might be on your computer, and it will take me right to that video, which I can then click on to play. Your audience will see that and potentially hear it if there's some kind of speaker in the room. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these videos do have sound, so that's something else you got to take into account. But let's say we don't want to do it any of these ways. Let's say we really want to make it look like a YouTube video is right in my slide. Well, let me give you another idea how we can do this. When you use a computer, you can actually print the screen. So in other words, everything I see here on the screen, I can print. And really you're not printing it, so to speak, but what you're doing is if you hold on your keyboard the Alt key down, A-L-T, which is on the bottom left-hand side of your keyboard, just to the left of the space bar, if you hold the Alt key down and then the print screen key, and that's usually above the keypad, or the arrow keys I should say. So I'm going to do Alt print screen. What would happen is it's like we're copying this entire page. Now nothing appears to have happened, but what actually will occur is you can take this information and now paste it in your PowerPoint presentation. So let me just try that right here. Now I want to tell you that I'm actually using a piece of software called Snagit that allows you to do some things a little bit differently. So here is my screen. So again, it was Alt print screen, and then I pasted this in. Now why is all of this relevant? Well, let me show you. What I'm going to do, and again, you need to know a little about a lot, with this image right here, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to format this by cropping it. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to crop this image so that it's cropped down to the size of just the YouTube video. And again, you can choose whatever you want to do with this, but here we go. We're going to crop it down to this size. So it's a lot smaller. I'm going to go up, click on the crop tool again. I'm going to click away from it. Now I'm going to make this bigger so it shows up. Now again, you got to know a little about a lot, because it's possible that when you make this bigger it will look a little distorted. This doesn't look too bad. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Home tab. I misspoke. I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and I'm going to revisit my YouTube video. Again, I have this URL, or the link for the web page, down here. I'm going to right click on it, go copy, because I need to copy that again because I just copied this. So now I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to make this picture a hyperlink. And I'm going to go Control V to paste in the hyperlink right here. And now let's give that a second to take place. I'm going to click OK. And now the picture itself is actually a hyperlink. So what will occur is when we go through the video process, or I'm sorry, the PowerPoint presentation, this will work as a hyperlink. So now we have the ability to simply click on this picture, we'll navigate to YouTube, click on the video, and it will run. So in a nutshell, what I'm doing is I'm cheating a little bit. I'm not really embedding the video into PowerPoint. All I'm doing is putting a link from PowerPoint in to YouTube. And once I get to YouTube, I can click on that and create that property. When you create a hyperlink to things, you can create hyperlinks to web pages, you could create hyperlinks to Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, virtually anything. So instead of sitting there trying to figure out how do you make this work in PowerPoint, how do you get everything to fit, don't sweat the small stuff. Just create a hyperlink out of PowerPoint to somewhere else. Chances are pretty good you will have some kind of internet connection, thus you'll have access to the internet, thus you can run this stuff without getting too technical. If you didn't want to do it this way, you'd have to know a lot of things about converting videos into a certain format, and on the assumption that you had that already done for you, we could have embedded it in here a little bit easier, but even then you have a lot of different options. So for the average user, I always find don't sweat the small things, create a hyperlink to them, let the technology work that's already in place. A hyperlink is very easy, whether it's a picture, whether it's just a word that you've hyperlinked, it's very easy to do. My name is Tony Holowitz, and I want to thank you very much for being here. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Have a great day.